Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 again with another Transformers video review. This time we're going to be looking at the G1 Universe Quake. So we got here our box. We got there with Quake and his Target Masters, Heater, and Tip Top. I don't know which one is which. I'm not familiar with this character at all. There we got some artwork and a mugshot. And we got our poster, we got our logo, we got our legal jargon, we got our product shots, and yeah, that's it for the box. And we also have our lovely instruction booklet here with lots of pictures. So there's that. And moving on to the figure, here we are. So this tank piece does come packed separately in the box. It just pegs on, like so. Pretty straightforward. I am just going to go ahead and talk about the Target Masters and get them out of the way. Because they're pretty much the same two molds we've been seeing. I will give credit where credit is due. These ones actually have a little bit of paint. Because the other ones I've gotten, which I think this is the third time I have these two. Usually I think they just paint their faces, but these guys actually have a little bit more. This one's got some black and red. This one's got some orange and red. Or it's more of a burgundy, but yeah, to transform, it's, you know, you just flip out the barrel, flip out the barrels, guns. Nothing groundbreaking here. It is what it is. I really do not care about these much, but they are blast compatible. You know, you get the too big. Yeah. So, you know, these aren't the new thing. They're just, you know, accessories. They're whatever. I don't really care. Moving on to the part I do care about, though. Here we have Quake, and despite being a, I don't even think it's that heavy of a retool of. I'm suddenly blanking on his name. Skullgrin. He doesn't even feel like the same toy. Because I think like 90% of the engineering is the same too. It's like just a few things about his legs are different, but it completely changes how the toy feels. To the point that when I went and picked up my Skullgrin right after opening this guy and transforming him for the first time, I got confused on how I was supposed to transform him. It just completely threw me for a loop. And I love that. They didn't change all that much. It's just, you know, some parts in these legs. And it just completely changes the feel of the toy, and I'm just in love with that. Speaking of Skullgrin, we'll go ahead and bring him in here. But yeah, you can see that overall the chest is not that different, and the arms are essentially the same. And most of how the leg transforms too is actually the same. There's try and get this out of the way. Yeah, like the double hinges in the knee and this particular piece and the feet, like that's all the same. It's essentially just the like heels and the tank tread on the side that locks the leg pieces together are really all that's different here. And it feels completely different, and I'm just so in love with that. Here, put them together a little bit more. They definitely made him taller, though, for sure. Yeah, it definitely looks like his thighs are a good bit taller, and his lower legs are definitely a bit longer here. Sorry, let me get that out of the way. Yeah, yeah, just longer legs, really. But yeah, it's impressive how different this toy actually feels. So, get him off to the side. Yeah, it's really cool and really fun. Going into some details here, we do have a purple Decepticon symbol there on the chest. He does have a bit of like gold paint for the face and red eyes. Does have some red here on the side of the arms, some black. Plenty of gray for the treads. Tank barrel here on the back. Yeah. Just overall solid robot mode. I do like it. But yeah, I think honestly my favorite part about this is the transformation. It's just so I'm kind of at a loss for words. It just took me completely by surprise, and I am in love with it. As far as articulation goes, his head, I think it's supposed to be on a ball joint, but it is super stiff. Like pretty much you just get some rotation here. It does feel like there's a little bit of movement here, but not enough to really do anything. Shoulders are 360. You get that far out at the arm. Get over 90 degrees at the elbow. And we get bicep swivel. Just some up and down at the wrist for transformation. We do get a 360 at the waist. If you care, this turret piece can move in robot mode, but that's more for the tank mode. Legs can go very far forward and all the way back. We can get a full splits, and we get plenty of ankle rotation. So you can have him doing some wacky poses. We do get about 90 degrees, just a smidge over at the knee. And there is a little wiggly in the toe, but not really enough to affect the posing. I think that's it for articulation. Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's time to go over the transformation. So to start, what we're going to do is we're going to come back here to the turret. We're just going to sort of lift it up, and then we're going to open up his chest, and it's going to sort of flip in here. We also want to unpeg the gun just so we don't get caught there, and just close that up like so. You can pull this out now. For the arms, you just want to rotate the fists in, and you're going to... So this whole bit here is on a slider. It's going to be pushing up like so. Then we're going to bring the arms in, and you want to rotate them so that these two tabs come together and lock in place like so. Like that. And there you have the whole upper body done. Then for the lower legs, what we're going to do is we're sort of want to spread them apart just so we have enough room. We're going to come to the leg and pull this little section here out like that. And then you're going to bring this up as you bring the knee back. And then you're going to just sort of bring this up. And now this is sort of on a double hinge, and you want to bring it down and then rotate it and flex that hinge to be flat like so. And then you want to straighten out this tank tread piece, bring the leg back forward, fold the foot flush, and then we're going to bring this whole panel down like that, and then you're going to rotate this around to sort of hook it in like that. And now you have the tank turret done. Other side, just rinse and repeat. You're gonna bring this up, you're gonna sort of lift this, you're gonna bring that hinge down and make it flush like so. flatten out that foot, and then just sort of bring this whole back of the tank tread around like so. And then when you have both legs done, you're going to come and peg them together in the middle. And essentially this is sort of how he would normally lay in the original version of the mold. But yeah, you want to bring the waist up. You're going to rotate it at the hips like so. Then you're going to rotate it again at this basically at the ab, what would be an ab crunch. It's a backwards ab crunch. And just bring that down over this, and I think there are some tabs. Yeah, these red tabs here and here are going to tab in to, there's little slots below the knees above these two square holes. So just bring those together. Make sure it's all squeezed together, and you can just sort of straighten out the tank turret, and there you have him in his tank mode. Very nice. And to give you a comparison of just how different this ends up, despite the engineering being the same, here's the Troop Builder 4-pack repaint of the Skullgrin mold. And again, like the arms and most of the legs are essentially the same, and the engineering is almost the same. And yeah, he is just a completely different figure now. It's just super impressive to me. I just can't help but gush over it. I think that this really came out of left field for what is essentially just a slight retool. Yeah, so many of the parts are actually still the same, but it just has a completely different feel. Really, just like the outer part that forms the treads, and having this piece, it's really not that different. But it's a completely different feel, and I love it. I can't get over it. Yeah, and we'll just go ahead and show. You can bring in his target masters and just plug them in on top of the tank, or you can plug them in on the side of the tank, and you can have guns on your tank. And he is blast compatible. This one is always just too big. So yeah, you can totally have him doing all of the things at all of the times. So yeah, plenty of play value there. But yeah, again, like I've said it once, said it 1,000 times in this video, he really surprised me. I'm very satisfied with how this turned out. I really was just kind of getting this guy because it was a character I didn't have, and I thought the Skullgrin mold was, good enough that I would enjoy it again. And I was very pleasantly surprised. I can't recommend this one enough. I think it honestly just completely outclasses the original mold, which I don't think is bad by any means. I just think that this one just really came out of left field and knocked it out of the park. So yeah, I found this at a GameStop. I do think there are a few places online that still have them in stock. So you should still be able to get this guy, I think. Yeah, I definitely recommend him. I'm going to give him, I think, a 9 out of 10. I don't know if I should, honestly, I think I might have to give him a 10. I can't really think of any major flaws. Everything fit. Yeah, I'm giving him a 10. He's a 10 out of 10. There are not really any major flaws, no loose parts. Everything holds together. He feels worth his price point. These kind of bulk that out a little bit, and I don't hate these. I just don't care either way. I'm really just indifferent. But again, they actually, added a little more paint to them, so they look a little better. Yeah, I just 10 out of 10. Yeah, I don't love him quite as much as that G1 Deluxe Prime we just got, but by no means is he slacking. He is fun. Yeah, got the hiccups. Yeah, just I really do love this figure. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really say about this guy. Yeah, if you find one, pick him up. He's worth it. So yeah, that is my review for the G1 Universe Quake, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.